Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading of September 10th through 16. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, please give me feedback as to whether or not you like the way that this spread is going to be, because I'm waiting for feedback from people to see if this is something that I should continue doing. As you know, I am constantly making changes so that I can provide you with better service and be able to address the needs of the community. So this week, I was guided to do these readings a little bit different. Last week, we worked on our throat chakra so that we could speak our truth, because that was very important to open up all of the chakras around your head, to allow that energy to come in and allow more of your higher self to come in and activate and anchor into your physical body. This week, we're going to be talking about the retrogrades. We still have 6 planets in retrograde, and one of the planets that is in retrograde, that is the planet that we are actually going to be working on this week in terms of energy, is Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the planet of communication, so your communications may still be affected for the next 2 weeks or so. I think we're halfway through, midpoint on the retrograde cycle. And how this will show up in your life is miscommunication. So there may be miscommunications between your spouse or your significant other and yourself, your kids, whatever it may be. So Spirit has told me to re-emphasize the importance of slowing down, right? When you want to deliver an important message, make sure that the recipient, you have their complete attention. So if you have something that you really need to say, make sure that, you both are in a place where that person can receive the message that you're going to deliver to them. That way there's less likely an instance of miscommunication. The other thing that Mercury retrograde affects is electronics. So you might have problems with your phone, your internet, your car, anything that has electronics associated with it. Your refrigerator might go out. I mean, there's anything that could happen with a Mercury retrograde, but it does affect the electronics. It also affects the electronics even within our system, our body. And as a Virgo, as an earth sign, you're a very good grounder, so that is helpful for you. However, you may be lacking a mineral called magnesium. I'm just picking this up. I haven't mentioned this to any of the other signs, so it must be somebody needs to hear this message about magnesium. The best way to get magnesium into your system is to take a bath and put magnesium flakes in your water, and you will absorb that magnesium through your skin. It's the fastest way to get magnesium in your system. It helps your body regulate all the electrical components within your body so that your body will, process all the stuff that it needs to do in order to keep you healthy and well. The other thing it affects is travel. If you're planning to take a trip, please make sure that you double check all your plans. Please make sure that the hotel has your reservation. Please make sure that you do have a way to get to and from wherever it is that you're going to go. I had the last retrograde, Mercury retrograde, I was away for 3 weeks. And when I went to the airport, the economic parking, right? The economy parking was not available to travelers. It was designated for the airline or for the airport staff and their employees, because they were doing renovations at the Las Vegas airport. So I ended up having to park in long-term parking, which was considerably a lot more money than I had anticipated. But I didn't double check. So now I'm telling everybody double check your plans. Slow down. That's the important message. And then the other thing that happens with these retrogrades, since we have 6 planets in retrograde, most of the outer planets, the bigger planets, are in retrograde, as well as Mercury, is that we go back and revisit some lessons that we might have tapped into previously. But if we don't completely learn the lesson that Spirit wants us and our soul wants us to know, those lessons will come in for us to work through again. So some of the words that are associated with retrogrades, RE retrograde, is regroup, refocus, rebuild, redo, rebalance, refuel, rebirth, revisit, reflect, realign, recreate. And my 2 favorites are relax, which I don't feel like any of us get enough relaxation. We get a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is that you get for, for your vacation time. And then you're constantly busy doing things. And if you have a busy lifestyle or a busy family or any of those things, it's harder for us to get into that state of complete relaxation. My last one is rejoice. And when I think of rejoicing, I think of that energy that makes me at Christmas time specifically, because I really get filled with spirit, and I can't wait to put all the decorations up and just tap into that whole energy of celebrating the Christ's birth, really. But what Spirit has told me in my meditation before I started these specific readings for this week was that we need to tap into that rejoice energy more often, bringing that up within ourselves, right? Creating that energy within ourselves. Because if we can create that energy within ourselves, it is like throwing a pebble into a pond and it just ripples out. So what you put out there comes back to you. Okay, so that's some of the energy that we're tapping into for this week. And then Virgo, how I'm going to do your reading this time is I do plan to pull 3 oracle cards and your tarot cards. At the end, I'm going to pull 3 final messages for you that you can use as final messages, so that you can either utilize that information as a final message. You can utilize that information as a mantra for yourself or a positive affirmation, depending on the energy. But these are kind of like your, final messages of the reading to close out the reading. Also, I'm going to be taking myself off screen so that you can focus completely on the cards. For whatever reason, Spirit has asked that you focus on the cards. Don't focus so much on me or what I'm really saying, but the combination of the voice and the visual on the cards themselves. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll come back at the end before I pull in your last 3 cards as your final message. So I'm hiding myself. Okay, so before we tap into that, there is information that Spirit wanted me to share about what our earth signs, which includes me because I'm a Taurus, what Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are working on for the month of September. And that is that you're learning when to move forward and when to pull back, making time to slow down, rest, and tune in to the natural rhythm. So that would tie into this relax information, right? Realign, revisit, rebirth, recreate. You'll be reminded of the inner resources you already possess as you learn to embrace childlike joy and play. I think we need to have more fun playing, don't you? I agree with that. Having fun and seeking pleasure. You're learning how to initiate change and making choices that aren't conditioned by the past. You're learning how to support yourself as much as you support others and cultivate happiness from within. You're realizing you're no longer the same as you used to be, and all the values that you've gained along your journey. So I completely own that. I completely agree with that. I too am an earth sign. So I feel like that's a great message for us. Okay, so here's your first card. Oh, Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. And then we have take the weight of the world off your shoulders. Okay, so these are pretty great. And then I'm going to pull your cards. And Spirit had asked me to pull from a different deck, which I am doing for you. Okay, my beautiful Virgos. So the interesting thing is you only have one major arcana, which is the Star card. This is a beautiful card. This is your ending card for this reading. And how I'm going to utilize the information on this reading is this first row is leading into this week of September 16, right? So this is energy you've been working through already. This is the energy you're going to work through the actual week of September the 10th. And this is energy that you are creating for your future, kind of your future energy that you'll be working through as well. So when I look at this, I'm noticing that we have cups, 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 cups. There's lots of cups here. We have two swords. We have a wand, and we have pentacles. So the energy primarily has to do with emotions, it looks like. So it's going to be emotional stuff that's going to come up for you. And then we do have a couple of these swords, which has to do with the way that we think about things. But I'm going to start with this card right here. I think this is a beautiful card. This is a new deck for me. And I have not, and this deck does not come with explanations as to why or what prompted the creators to create the cards. So it's just all up into to personal interpretation. And this card says, all that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. I love that message. That right there is the epitome of I am creating, I'm allowing the universe and God to bring it to me in the best way possible. Blow me away, right? Blow me away with this beauty, this, these gifts. And that's the way that I kind of look at that energy. And then we have this 4 of Swords. And if you look at him, he's laying down. Typically, this 4 of Swords always talks about a need to relax, a need to rest, a need to recharge your batteries. And that's exactly what this card is about. 4s are about stability. 4s are about balance. So it could be that you've been really burning the midnight oil. You've been really working hard on a project. You've been really working hard on something that has really been depleting your energy, right? And so what Spirit is telling you is now is the time, to put that energy, recharge your batteries, right? It's the same thing as getting that magnesium in your system. You need to rest and you need to refuel. You need to, rebuild your reserves. Here we have the Page of Cups. Cups have to do with our emotions and how we feel about things. This cups also have to do with whether or not we're tapping into and listening to our inner voice, or the higher self, whether or not we're listening to our higher self. The Page in Tarot typically is a younger person. So you could either be feeling younger, you might be in a new relationship that is, just making you full of excitement and happiness and joy. Or it could be that you have a young person that is in your life. Could be a child, it could be a niece or a nephew, it could be somebody that's younger that you're working with. that just has a joy for life, and you're just tapping into that energy and it's affecting you in a really positive way. Or pages also represent messages, because in court, you have the king, you have the queen, you have the knights, and then you have pages. And the pages were assigned to the king to be couriers and to be messengers. So it could very well be that you have been waiting for a message that is going to light up your heart. Like you're waiting for something good that's going to be a positive message for you. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And sevens have to do with trying to gain experience of some kind. It's either gaining experience or using existing experience. And this guy has planted these seven wands, which to me means he's planted these seeds, right? And now he's just waiting for them to mature and for them to be ready for harvest. This is a card that also is questioning, like we're reviewing. You could be reviewing whether or not your hard work is worth what you're putting into a project or what you're putting into something, right? It's an evaluation kind of a energy. But for the most part, this is about gaining experience of some kind. And then this is going to be your week. This is the energy of your actual week itself. And you have this koala spirit. And it says spirit has a plan. So it could be that you've been throwing things out into the universe and you are just waiting for something to come in. And it's going to be all in divine timing, right? Koala, they're slow movers. So it might feel as though you may feel a little frustrated because, things are not moving fast enough for you, or you've been expecting something. But do not be disheartened, because spirit has a plan for you, and it's all in the timing of how your spirit wants this to evolve for you. Then right here, these energies right here are very pivotal for you, because this is the Two of Cups. This Two of Cups to me is stronger than the Lover's card. This is two hearts that join together. So this could be a new romance for you. This could be a deepening of an existing romance if you're not if you're in a relationship or in a long-term relationship. This could be that something comes in that deepens the love for one another. But these are about connected hearts, connected spirit, connected kindred hearts, right? And it's a beautiful card. If this doesn't have anything to do with love for you, this could mean that you're going to have somebody come in that will be a partner, and you both just think really well. Your hearts are both into the project, into the job itself, whatever it could be, right? But this is about joining two energies, and it's a deeply connected experience, which then brings in this Nine of Cups, which the Nine of Cups to me is kind of like your wish card. So this guy's kind of fat and jolly because he's had his meal. He knows how to create happiness. He knows how to create his joy. And that's what he does. And he's persevering in his endeavors to do that. So nines in tarot has to do with progression and advancement. This all has to do with your emotions. This is all the center of your reading, which is what you are emitting for this week. You feel as though you are quite successful. You feel very good about where you are in your experience right now. And then we have this five, the Five of Swords. Now, fives represent change of some kind. So change of thought, because the swords represent thinking. And if you look at this guy, this card typically means like he is slinking away with these three swords. And if you look at these two, they have given up, right? They have given up the ghost. They've given up the fight. And this card can represent winning at all costs. So be careful about that because you don't want to create karma that you're going to have to work through later. Think about your actions. Again, the swords have to do with your thinking, the way you think about things, how you express, communicate your ideas, and make decisions. So just be mindful that this card represents winning at all costs. And in reality, does that really benefit you if you are burning bridges in order to win? This is your future information coming in, and it says, take the weight of the world off your shoulders. So this could be just energy that, you may have been feeling as though you have a lot of responsibilities and spirit has a plan, right? So spirit is always there to help and guide you. So they're telling you to relax. And if you look at these energies here, it's going to confirm that it's okay to release those energies from your space because you have this Four of Cups here. This is a gift coming from the God, right? This is a gift from God. This is a golden card. And, these golden cards in the tarot represent positiveness. The fours represent stability. Did you have another four? No. Oh, yes, you did. You had the Four of Swords. So this is about creating emotional stability for yourself. I feel as though this emotional stability is definitely going to come in because you have this Two of Cup card, which is about relationships, right? So if you look, it looks as though this is going to be a really positive aspect for you. And then we have this Ace of Rods. Rods represent, they're also the wands. And wands represent our inspiration, our creativity, our passion, our motivation, our intuition, all of those things. So what this is telling me is that something's going to come in that's going to spark your creative abilities. It's going to spark your intuition with something, right? And it's also going to really ignite your passion. So this is going to be a new concept or a new way of looking at something. This is very creative energy that's coming in for you. So grab a hold of that energy and run with it, my dear Virgos. And then we have the Star card. I love the Star card because the Star card represents long-term goals and plans. This is telling you that you are on the right path. The star for me always represents your true north, right? Tapping into that energy. To me, this is a divinely guided energy. As it is a major arcana card, and it is in your future, this is energy that you will be tapping into and working with for some period of time. The star always also represents a direction. It could represent career, marriage. It could also represent being very optimistic about your process, your prospects. So this is a very, very, and this is, if you look, she's got one leg on the ground and she's got one foot in the water. So it's kind of, it's earthing, right? It's grounding. You're bringing what it is that you truly want in your life, and you're bringing it down and making it solid in your world, okay? This looks amazing, Virgo. This is a great reading for you. I'm going to put myself back onto the screen here. Hi. And then I'm going to pull your last three themes, right? Your last three messages for the reading. Now you can utilize this information any way you want. It could be verification of the information already shared. But your first message is bird perched. And it says waiting for news or a package or a letter. Now that would tie into these pages. So you've got this page. Do we only have one page? We did only have one page. Page of Cups. So you're waiting for information, and it's going to be a message that's going to make you very happy, right? It's going to kick in your emotions. And it looks like it's going to be a positive. And then, whoops, we have the hand. And the message says, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So that could either reference you taking the world off your shoulders by asking for help, which as a Virgo, as an earth sign, we typically have a hard time asking for help from others. Or this could be that you're going to be helping someone else, that by doing that, right? By helping someone else when in their time of need, that frees up the energy of, what are you trying to say, Spirit? So basically what happens is when you give to others, it frees up that energy so that more can come to you, right? This is a energy of prosperity in a way, but it's of your time. It's not financial. So it has a different level of energy associated with it. And then your last card, this is a great card. Virgo, it's a diamond. And basically what the message is, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Now, to me, if I look at that, and you've got this love card here, maybe somebody's going to be popping the question. Diamond. Okay, Virgo. This is an amazing reading. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. And if you are returning, please let me know whether or not you like this layout and whether or not you felt this was helpful for you, okay? Because then I can decide whether or not I want to continue with this way of doing readings moving forward. I appreciate you. Have an amazing week. And until next time, be good to you. Take care of you.